to hurry. The lost sheep of Israel does not mean the lost sheep among Israel, as though some were lost and others not. The expression indicates the lost sheep who are of the house of Israel. Jesus comes as a suffering servant to save all of Israel. The reason Jesus came was to save his people. But when his people rejected him, it was Paul who went to the Gentiles, the non-Jews, and started explaining salvation to them. But even after the battle of Armageddon, Jesus gives his people, the Jews, another chance to believe. There are Jews, and then there are, this day and time, Messianic Jews who believe that Jesus is Lord of all. This woman's great need did not stop her from being committed. He says, it's not right to take the children's food and give it to the dogs. This woman's great need to have her daughter exercise drives her to persistency. Tell your neighbor, you got to be persistent. A lot of times we give up when God doesn't answer our prayer. A lot of times we give up when God doesn't tell us what we want to hear. A lot of times we get mad and leave the church when things don't go our way. But is there anybody in this house persistent that I'm going to trust in the Lord? I'm going to do the very best I can. Even when things don't go my way, I'm determined to make heaven my home. She's so persistent, which is a sign that she knows that Jesus certainly can come to her aid. She understands that can't nobody do me like Jesus. She understands that he has all power in the palm of his hand. She understands, maybe she heard about the marriage in Cana where he turned water into wine. Maybe she heard how they went over to the other side and he took all the demons out of the man. Maybe she heard it. She heard that when he went to visit Lazarus who was dead and said, Lazarus, come forth. And the reason he had to say Lazarus, because if he just said come forth, everybody would have got up. But notice what she said here. What he said is, it's not right to take the children's bread and toss it to the dogs. Hold on. Did you just call me a dog? I didn't cut folk for a lot less. Did you really just call me a dog? I come to you for help. Your own folk don't even fool with you. The Jews won't fool with you. The Jews say you have a demon. The Jews are still mad at you because you got all these people following you and they don't follow them. And I came here asking for help for my child, and you have the audacity and the nerve to call me a dog. Isn't that just like us? Lord, I've been giving my tithes, and you still haven't blessed me. Lord, I've been coming to Sunday school and church, and I still don't see where you made a way. Lord, my children need you. If you were real, why am I living like this? If I'm giving you all the praise and all the glory, if I'm doing all of this, why aren't you doing something for me? But I hear in my spiritual voice say, I've already done it for you. When I died on the cross for you, that was for you. When they put nails in my head, that was for you. When they pierced, oh Lord, I wish I had some believers. notice this. The children's bread emphasizes the care that God's promised to provide for his covenant children Israel. He said, my blessing is not for you. My blessing is for the children of Israel. And as a metaphor, dog is a humiliating label for those apart from or enemies of Israel, the covenant community. Jesus used the metaphor similarity in the Sermon on the Mount to indicate that the holy message of the gospel of the kingdom must not be defiled by those who are unreceptive to or have rejected Jesus' invitation. There are some people in your life who will never accept the word. There are some people you can't save. And can I tell you something? There are some people in the house of God who will never change. I'm learning that when we get to heaven, we're going to be surprised who's there and who ain't there. But regardless of who's there and who's not there, you ought to make sure you're there. Now, 27 and 28, and we're going to the house. The woman continues the metaphor, but uses it to emphasize that dogs, too, had a caring relationship with their master. My wife, God bless her heart, she is an animal lover. Me, take you or leave you. And she irks my nerves because she'll go in there. We have 2 English bulldogs, y'all. These are massive dogs. They're short, they got a punched-in face. And she will walk in there and say, hey, baby girl, hey, baby girl, hey, man, hey, man. These are grown dogs. I tell my child, please give us some grandchildren so she can stop talking to these dogs. She's like, hey, man, how you doing today? How you doing today? I'm like, Negro, please. You don't take that dog out there, let them do what they need to do and bring them back in here. But she has affection for a dog. And though we're not Jews, Jesus has an affection for us. We're sinners, yes, but we're sinners saved by grace. Most dogs at this time were non-domesticated, living in squalor, running the street and scavenging for food. Now, there were some dogs were trained for guarding the flocks and humans, but they were not normally brought into the house. However, some were more domesticated as household watchdogs, and they were fed in the house. So this perspective, Lord have mercy, this prospective woman who has already confessed Jesus as the Son of David, now presses Jesus by calling on the extended blessings promised to the Gentiles. She said, I know I'm not your people, but you're more of a God to me than to your people. See, it ought not matter if nobody else shouts hallelujah.